שלום וברוכים הבאים לפרק נוסף של פשוט נדל"ן. אני שפינרד, מלווה משקיעים ומנכ"ל ובעלים של קפטן אינווסט, נשוי למגלי, אבא של דקל ויערה, ואיתנו אורי.
אהלן חברים, אורי סופר, נשוי לגל ואבא למיה, מנכ"ל ובעלים של חברת קנטה, ופה לידי עוד שפינרד, אני מוקף שפינרדים.
שלום, שלום, אני נועם שפינרד, בן 28, גר בירושלים, נשוי לקרן, לומד חשבונאות ומנהל עסקים, ואיתנו אורח הכבוד, our guest, רוברט שמין.
שלום, שלום, מה קורה, מה שלומך?
וואי. What a great honor to be here with you.
תודה.
So maybe if someone hear your voice in the first time, I don't know how it happened, but let's talk about you and who are you?
Let's talk. I get bored with me. Let's talk about you. How can I help you?
So let's fix stuff, huh? Let's talk about your podcast, your new podcast.
Yeah, I'm launching soon called The Fixer. I fix people's problems. That's my favorite thing to do. But I'm a real estate investor. Mm-hmm. That's my main business. That's how I started. That's what I do. Buy, fix, sell, buy, rent, teach others here. I'm in Israel every 2 or 3 months for 12, 13 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're almost local.
Yes.
Tell us about
feels local.
Yeah.
I love Israel. Great country, bad neighborhood.
Sounds like I don't know, maybe Miami or something.
That's right. No, Miami, bad neighborhood. But I've been coming to Israel since I've been 17. I did Gadna.
Wow.
And went on this program, Live Like the Israelis Live.
In a tent.
It was horrible, but it was great.
With camels next to the tent.
Yeah. All right, so can you tell us about a little bit, how do you enter the world of real estate? How did you make your first step?
So, by the way, I have a big advantage over people, how I got into real estate. My life is a series of accidents. Mm-hmm. Very quickly, I never finished high school. I had dyslexia. They threw me out. I was a waiter. I was making no money. And
sounds like every beginning of a real estate investor.
Yeah, but it gets worse. So I was brought up that you have to have money to make money. Mm-hmm. I'm a nice Jewish boy from Nashville, Tennessee. Shalom, y'all.
Yeah.
And I always heard Jewish people were rich, and I'm like, what happened to my family? We were not rich at all. It was horrible, and we were struggling for money. It was very, very stressful. I was homeless for a little while, was out on the streets.
Wow.
When I was 16, yeah. So anyway, I'm 28, 29 years old. I'm going nowhere. I took a job selling insurance, and it was great. I never sold any insurance. I made no money. I was working at restaurants. And in the insurance business, we can only work with very rich people. And I was referred to this guy named Ray Binion, and he was supposed to be worth millions of dollars. And I went out to his office. And my big advantage was, when I say, hey, let's invest in real estate, it's like the Iron Dome. Warning, danger. They're going to want money. I'm going to lose money. It's dangerous. It's risky. And I say my first advantage in real estate investing was I wasn't interested in real estate investing, which is an advantage. Mm-hmm. Because right now people are listening, going, okay, what's this American going to say? They're analyzing, their critical factors on, right?
With all the statistics.
Yes.
And
I don't want to be a friar.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. The minute you mention money in my family, real estate, mortgage, buy, invest, danger, run, warning, don't do it, too risky.
It sounds scary from the side if you hear it from the side.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So it's a big advantage because if you're not interested in something, you're open. Mm-hmm. Right? You're not judging. So that's the first thing is, don't judge as an investment. Be open-minded. The pros, everything has pros and cons. So I go meet this rich guy. He didn't buy any insurance, unfortunately. And I left. And he was a very simple man, looked like kind of a homeless guy, a bad office, junk everywhere, broken doors, paint. And I left and I came back to his office. And I said, I forgot to ask you. And I had a bad attitude back then. Now I have a good attitude, I hope. And I said, what do you do for a living amongst all this junk? Now, wherever people live or work, they think it's nice. Mm-hmm. But I had a bad attitude. I was broke. I thought he was broke. He said, son, I'm not smart like you. I go, what do you mean? He goes, I never graduated high school. I'm like, yes. And I had my suit on. I was trying to sell insurance. And he goes, I'm not successful like you. I'm not doing so well. And he goes, I want to show you something. And he showed me an accounting book. He had 121 properties paid for
Wow.
in Nashville, Tennessee. And they were renting. He was also buying, fixing, and selling, but that didn't interest me. He said, listen, 20 years ago, I started in real estate. I started with nothing. I'm looking at this guy. He looks broke. He's not sophisticated. He has no computer, never had a computer.
Wow.
Remember that. People love to complicate things. And in 1 second, I'm looking at this guy going, wait a minute, 6 months vacation, has all this real estate, all this money. And if he can do this, maybe I could do 1% of what he did.
Yeah.
He's not rich. He didn't come from a rich family. He's not a super smart guy. And I said, you got to show me how to do this. And the thing that got me was vacation. I never had a vacation. And I never thought I'd be successful. I borrowed a lot of money from family members because he charged a lot of money to teach you how to do it. I said, why do you charge so much money? He goes, to make sure you're serious. And he goes, I have a system. It was very simple. And he showed it to me. He had a couple other students. And I didn't listen to him. I didn't do anything he said. And the first year I made no offers, no real estate, made no money. And now I'm more stressed out. And then one day I said, listen, my life is really bad. I borrowed all this money. I'm in more debt, more problems. I had no money. I had no credit. And he showed me how to buy real estate. And finally, one day after about a year, I said, maybe I should just do what he's saying. Because he was
Adopt
successful.
him as a mentor.
Huh?
Adopt him as a mentor.
I'd already been paying him for a year. I just didn't listen. This won't work. That won't work. I'm researching, analyzing, paralysis of analysis. I'm sure you've had people, thinking about investing in real estate for 10 years. They're still thinking about it.
Yep.
You got to do something.
Of course.
And I found my first property. I had no money, no credit. I had like $200 to my name. Couldn't even pay my rent. And my family's like going, Robert, we're going to do an intervention. They go, you're going to become an investor and you can't pay your rent. You're like insane. You're going to fail. You're going to embarrass the family again. They actually did interventions. So I had no support except my mentor. And I've put a house under contract. I had 30 days to close in America. It was, I could buy it for $42,000, a duplex. U.S., this is 1993, and in Nashville, Tennessee. It was worth $80,000.
Wow.
It needed $3,000-$4,000 of repairs. It would rent for $1,200 a month.
Wow.
The numbers were great. And I went to my mentor. I said, listen, Mr. Binion, I'm a genius. I went to the bank. They ran my credit, said, we won't loan you $5, 10 shekels. And I said, I can't buy it. I have no money. And he goes, you're right. Now, I'm a guy. The women will understand this. I love to be right. I have an ego. I call ego easing God out. I know everything. I'm smart.
All right.
And he goes, you can't. And I'm like, great. He was a tough, I think he was part Israeli. He was a tough mentor. And I said, thank you. He goes, whatever you think, you're right. That sentence changed my life. Whatever you think, you're right. I'm like, thank you. I can't buy a house. I have no money. I have no credit. Thank you. I'm right. I feel good. I'm a guy. I just wanted to be right. I didn't want to be rich. I didn't want to be happy. I wanted to be right.
Yeah.
And he said, if you would like to, I'll show you how to find the money. I'm like, I can't have the money. I don't have any credit. The bank says no. And he goes, well, if you ask the right question, maybe you'll get the right answer. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, ask the question. What question? How can I find the money? So he showed me about 5 different ways to get money using money partners, investors. And I went and asked 10 people their opinion. I never asked for money, asked for their opinion. If you ask for money, they're going to freak out. Hey, you're a smart guy. You're a smart lady. I like your opinion. I found this house. It's worth this. It's worth that. What do you think? And now, the first 8 or 9 people said, hey, it looks like a great deal, but good luck to you. I don't care. And one guy said, that's a good deal. How about I put up the money and we split the profits? I'm like, great idea. If he would have said, I take 90% of the profits and you get 10%,
You would agree.
I would have said, great idea, because
for sure.
10% is better than 0.
Yeah.
And this guy's name was Bob Miller. He financed over 100 of my deals. He had the money and credit. Actually, he actually borrowed the money from the bank. It wasn't his money. And my mentor taught me, whatever you have, find it. My goal was very aggressive. He made us write a goal. I was 29 years old at the time. My goal was to buy 1 property a year for 15 years.
Wow.
And in 15 years, I'd have 15 properties, and maybe I'd have a little something. And the first year, like most people, I did nothing. Most people will do nothing. You know, real life, business, world. Every deal is different. Every person's different. So these are just examples. And anyway, the The first year I did nothing, made no offers, made no phone calls, pretty much got nothing. Then I found the property, found the money partner, and I got 11 properties the first year.
11 properties on the first year.
Rentals, yeah.
Wow.
Using other people's money. The second year, I think I got like 30 or 40. The third or fourth year, I was up to like over 100 deals. I'm like, well, if it works with 10, it'll work with 30. If it works with 30, it should work with 100. If it works with 100, it should work with 400. And
Well,
within...
I'm almost 29, so you got me an idea for the next goal.
You know, age doesn't matter. It's all about energy and activity and goals. And so I got hundreds of properties within 4 or 5 years. And you know, the thing is, if you're going to do it, get started. You got to do it right. You know, you can make mistakes, but everyone's scared. I was scared the first year, scared to death.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really do anything. And, you know, all fears are irrational. And I started investing like most people I would only invest within like 3 kilometers of my house. And I would only do deals under 100,000 US. If somebody the first 5 years said, oh, the deal's worth 200,000, you bought for 101, I go, no. It's over 100,000. That's freaking me out. Now, it's just numbers.
Yeah, and it's only in your head.
It's all in your head.
Yeah.
And number 2, I would never buy a property that I was more than like this street, that street, this little 3-kilometer area. And I look back like I would turn down deals I could have made a fortune on. Oh, but that's 2 blocks. It's 10 meters away from my area. And now I do deals in probably 9 different countries. Wow. United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Costa Rica, Mexico, Colombia. I've done deals, I think, in Argentina. Been involved in deals in Panama, France, Spain, a little bit in Israel. You know, and to me, it's all the same.
What do you think about real estate in Israel?
Well, I've been thinking about it since I've been 17.
All right.
And I love Israel. I come here every 2-3 months. I think it's great. And I want to say this. There's deals everywhere, right?
Even outside your block.
Yeah. So every day, and I'm sure you'll ask the question, I do interviews, I'm speaking, and they always ask this question, whether I'm with CNN, MSNBC, they say, Robert Shemin, real estate expert, tell us where the best deals are. Where is the best market? What's the secret? Do people ask you that all the time?
Yeah.
In Israel, where is the secret city where all the deals are? I know they're
First
hidden.
question.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what do you say before I answer?
Hulon. No, just kidding.
Depends on you.
Cadera.
Yeah, just kidding.
Farsaba.
Yeah.
That's my favorite city. Right? So my mentor, he was a very simple man, no education, no background, but a genius. I call him the redneck rabbi, the Yoda. He was like a Buddha, like amazing. Yeah. Just common sense. He was so simple. And people go, where's the best real estate market? He goes, well, where they buy and sell houses. I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, where can you put a restaurant? Where they eat food. Where they rent houses, you can rent them there. I'm like, well, where's the best market? Where they rent houses. There's always an opportunity.
Yeah.
So there is opportunity in Israel, and I tell people, I love Israel. I think Israel has one fundamental difficulty for me, and every investor is different. Everyone has a different approach. You know, it all works. Everyone's looking for the secret approach. There is no secret, right? My only problem with real estate in Israel is one problem.
What was the problem?
Too many Israelis. It's a small country, a small market, and I say this with love. I've been to 90 countries, I think. Every place has a plus and minus. In Israel, most Israelis are high energy, very intelligent, and very competitive. I'm very lazy.
Yeah.
And if you've been to America, there's very smart people in America too, but we're not so smart.
Yeah. And
We're
not so like active about it, I guess.
Yeah. Like I'll speak around the world and I'll say, well, I buy properties below market, 20, 30% sometimes. And they're like, I'm Israeli. I would never sell anything below market. Right? Ever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you're really smart, but sometimes Americans get in financial trouble. Why? Why are they in trouble? We would not do that.
Yeah.
And
like you said, Israelis don't want to get friarim.
And we have students doing deals and
like
projects here that have done deals in Israel. And I've done a little bit, but it's very competitive and it's a very small market.
Yeah.
So for instance, you know, I've done deals in New York City, very competitive. I mean, why? A lot of Israelis there. I mean, seriously, a lot of smart people. And as an investor, I have a choice. I'm kind of lazy. I kind of go where it's a little easier, there's not so much competition.
Yeah.
I mean, there's competition everywhere, but that's my opinion. But what's really interesting about the Israeli market is I have studied it. It always goes up.
Yeah.
And God forbid, unfortunately, there's a war, there's a conflict, it slows down for 3 months. As soon as the conflict's over, boom,
Yeah.
goes up. Literally, I think Israeli real estate's gone up since Bible times.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
if you are an investor in Israel long term, you've probably done extremely well. And I do believe in the future, there's a very limited supply.
Yeah.
I know the government controls most of the land, a lot of bureaucracy, correct? Very difficult to build. Listen, real estate's like a schnitzel or beer or a cheese or whatever you're buying, supply and demand. In Texas, lots of land, lots of supply. You can build houses. The rules aren't so strict.
Right.
Tel Aviv, to put another floor, another apartment, it takes, 2 to 5 years. You got to get permission, the Rabbanut, you have to get stamps, the bureaucracy. It can be done, and people do it, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So that's my cheap opinion on Israeli real estate. But there's always a deal
Yeah.
if you're willing to look hard enough.
So you
And
said
then new construction, there's a shortage of housing, a shortage of affordable housing.
Right.
And again, people in Israel have made tons of money. And I always tell people, in every city in Israel and every city in America, somebody's making a lot of money in real estate this week, this month, and somebody's probably not knowing what they're doing, losing some money
Yeah.
because they don't know what they're doing.
it has to be like that.
Yeah, it's simple.
And how it works.
Yeah.
I have a question. If you said there's no best market to invest or best area to invest, but do you think is there a good strategy that you would recommend for young people to start with?
Yes. So that being said, we do study the markets. And by the way, people go, in America, where's the best place to buy? Correct? America's like 50 countries stuck together, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing I want to say, which I always say in most of my speeches, is in my opinion, and I'm going to answer your question, but I'm going to give you a long answer. Why? Because I'm a speaker and I have to speak. Number one is there is no market. So we're investors. Captain Invest. I love that name, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. So the stock market, the bourse, which market? High-tech stocks, medical stocks, liquor stocks, gun stocks, airplane stocks, the Dow Jones, the S&P, the crypto, the Bitcoin. Which market? They're all moving in different directions.
Right.
So even here in Tel Aviv, which I know pretty well, or Yerushalayim, or Beersheba, wherever you pick, Tel Aviv, which market? The central bus station? That's a different market.
Yeah.
The brand new $2 million condo on Gordon Beach in the beautiful building, that moves differently than the 100-year-old apartment
In Jaffa or something.
in Jaffa.
Yeah.
There's laws, restrictions, Holon, Ramat Gan.
Right.
There's 30 different markets. The A market, the really expensive, beautiful, the B, the C, the commercial, the residential, the rental. Which market? They don't move the same. Would you agree?
Yeah.
for
Even
sure.
in Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Right? Some rich French guy comes here and spends 8 million shekels on the penthouse because he can or she can, right?
Right. Right.
And then the 500,000 shekel one bedroom without a door.
Yeah, that's how most people start here.
Yeah. So what do most people do? They're young, like me. They buy the cheapest real estate they can find because they think it's safe. So in America, I'll give an example. Instead of buying a condo in Miami for $1,500,000 US or $3 million in California, I'm going to go buy, and I've done this, and I do it, a $50,000 house in
The suburbs.
Toledo, in Kansas, and what I call the C markets,
Yeah.
the smaller markets. Or in Israel, I'm going to go 30 kilometers past Beersheba, because now Beersheba is growing,
Yeah.
and I'll get something for 300,000 shekels, maybe. Is it possible?
Almost.
A little bit more, but yeah.
A camel,
Yeah.
or an
Two
old
horses.
car. Yeah, I'm going to buy the cheapest I can because it makes me feel safe, and that's okay. But where is that coming from? Fear,
Right.
fear of losing.
Like we said, the numbers are just in our minds.
Yeah, and so maybe it's better to buy something a little better. But I don't have the money, but I'm scared to get the money. But that's a fear, and I had that fear, so I understand. Correct.
Right.
But to me, what's the difference between $100,000 US house and $1 million US house? What's the difference?
Just a zero.
Just a zero. What's a zero mean?
Yeah. It means nothing.
Nothing.
Bigger loan.
I'm not saying to go big. I'm just giving examples. And then we have students who've come into my projects, and we usually start small and get the system down, which I highly recommend.
Yeah.
Where you limit risk, limit the money you're putting in, so you learn the system, learn education. Correct?
Yeah.
But we've had students who very quickly start building $500,000 houses or do $800,000 house.
And I have another
same systems.
Exactly, and I have another thing to say about it. Sometimes people go to the cheap houses because they fear, but actually it's more risk because my first buy was in Detroit, really cheap house, and it was terrible because I had nobody want to live there. Nobody pay me the rent, but
maintenance was a headache.
Yeah, and I thought I went safe, but it was the opposite.
I call it the Jewish dilemma.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, I hope you don't mind a bad joke, R-rated, sorry ladies and men. He comes to me, he's in the military in America, they have a lot of benefits, and he's married. He goes, I got a vasectomy. I go, what do you mean? He goes, I'm not going to be able to have kids. I got a vasectomy. I'm like, why did you? He goes, it was free. It's cheap. I had to do it. Again, what's your motivation? And I was the same way. I bought the cheapest houses possible.
Yeah.
Thank God, Baruch Hashem, I bought them below market. I managed them. But you got to be very, very careful. I've seen houses in Detroit that people go, they're from California or Tel Aviv. They go, I can buy a house for $12,000. It rents for $600. And I said, well, that looks good except for one thing. You can buy it for $12,000. It's worth $5,000. And no one's ever going to pay the rent. They'll maybe pay the first month, right?
Yeah.
They're going to tear it up. And it's a bad investment. But it's cheap. I can buy 10 of them, you know. And again, like any deal, whether it's 10,000, 100,000, $1 million shekels, $1 million, you have to have a system. You got to know what you're doing. You have to verify everything.
Yeah. You have to learn. Yeah.
And just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's worth anything. And just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's a good deal. It's just numbers. We're investors. We're not living there. We don't have to like it. It doesn't have to be ugly. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's an investment. When you buy Apple stock or Bitcoin, correct? You don't know if it's pretty. You don't go... it's an investment. You have to change your mindset to logic and system and verification.
What do you think about cooperation between people? Like how do you do your stuff? Like you said that in the beginning you had your money friend, or how do you call it?
So first of all, I'm a guy, egomaniac, and I said I don't want any partners. I'm gonna do everything myself. No one can do it like me. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna manage it. I'm going to sell it. I don't need anybody. And I did everything myself. Miraculously, it worked. I didn't lose or go bankrupt, but it was horrible. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why. So why do we all want to become entrepreneurs, invest? In real estate, Captain Invest, Israel, U.S. What's the number one reason?
To get rich, to have money, to
what
earn
I call
money.
financial freedom.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to work for somebody. I want to invest. Might take a year, might take 10 years, might take forever. Someday I want to have enough real estate, enough investments, enough whatever it is where I'm
so that
free.
you don't have to work anymore.
Correct. And what happens to 90% of entrepreneurs, including me, Roberto?
Keep going.
We get into business, then we start working more than ever. We're stressed out more than ever. We're trying to do everything. By the way, I'm dyslexic. I was doing repairs, management, and accounting. Wow. You know what a dyslexic accounting system looks like?
I can imagine.
Huh?
I can imagine.
My accounting system, I'd show like $3 million profit, and my bank account had $8 in it. Like, well, what's going on here? And I'm not good at a lot of things. Everybody, write this down. Or if you're driving, don't write it down. What are you good at? What do you love to do? Right? Do that. And what you're not good at, get a team. Correct?
Yeah.
Or if you really want to be a CEO, because I tell people whether you have one house or 10 houses in Israel and in Detroit, you have a business. And I ran my business like a hobby. I did everything myself. It was disaster, the repairs, I managed. I'm a pretty good manager. I'm good at finding deals. I'm horrible at accounting, horrible at paperwork. I know nothing about repairs, but I try to do everything myself, be the general contractor. And it can work for some people. And then people say, well, I want to do it so I'll know how to do it. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to know how to fix a toilet. I drive a car sometimes, not much. I'm not a good driver. I don't want to change my oil and fix the tires.
Yeah.
I can go pay somebody to do that.
That's a very Israeli attitude.
Yeah. And American too.
I want to do this. I want to do that.
Yeah. Everyone's the same. I'm going to have to do it. So I'm going to be tough and learn and save money. I don't want to give that guy 10 shekels. I'll save the 10 shekels, the 100 shekels. It's crazy. And what happened to me, and I'll tell you, I'll get a little deep. I was 5 years into real estate, and I was doing great. I was buying these houses, and I don't mind telling you, I had about 6 years into real estate. I had a son. I have a son, still do. He hasn't gotten rid of me yet. And he was like 5 years old. And every Sunday, I would take him to play. That was our day together, right? And I get a call from the tenant. I get a call from about fixing and managing. Had all these properties. I was doing well. I'm excited. I'm working all the time, 90 hours a week, and I loved it. I'm not complaining. Yeah. And I was making money. And I'm with my son. I take a phone call, another tenant, another issue. Is Sunday in America, it's like the Shabbat, the Christian Shabbat, whatever. And my son turns to me. He's 5 years old. He says, "Dad," I go, "What?" He goes, "You like your phone better than me."
Wow.
And I went, "What?"
Wow, that's a hard sentence.
He goes, "You like your phone better than me." I'm like, "What are you talking about, Alexander?" He goes, "Well, we're supposed to be playing together today. You're with me, and you're on the phone." I go, no, I'm on the phone taking care of business. I got to take care of my business because I got to take care of you and Mom and the house, and I love you, and I'm doing it for you. He goes, "You like your business better than me." And when a guy or anybody hears something we don't like, what's the first thing we resist?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I'm starting to argue with him. "No, I do it for you. I love you, and I'm making all this money for you, and so can take care of you and your mom and the house." Again, why do we all start investing?
Mm-hmm.
And he says it again. And I did. "You like your business better than me. You're always on the phone." And I did the hardest thing for a guy to do. I took a deep breath and I really listened to him, and I freaked out. He was 100% right. The means to the end. We want to work and work hard to support our family, and we neglect our family. I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit it. I stopped everything. I stopped buying houses. I stopped my business, and I made priorities. I hired consultants. I got new seminars, new mentors, time management, CEO, and I said, the business is running me, like most people.
Yeah.
If you leave the business, there's no business. I wasn't an investor. I was a glorified manager, plumber, whatever. And I stopped for 6 months, put in systems, and I became more free. And I still love to work. I still travel and speak because I choose to. I still involved in the business, but I also can go away for a month or two, and the business keeps running.
Perfect. Wow.
Yeah.
This is the dream, actually. Like the freedom that you talked about in the beginning.
Yeah.
This is how you made it.
But again, it's called attachment. It's called ego. I have to do everything. I have to manage everything. I got to save the money. I'm not going to pay Shlomo or Billy Bob to whatever. That's not a business.
Yeah.
And again, you can, whatever you want. Everyone's goals are different. And I got to spend a day with Warren Buffett, one of the richest guys in the world. Freaked me out. We go out to Omaha, Nebraska. He lives in a not so great house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw pictures. The house looks like
it's like not that
suburbs.
much. And he's a super nice guy. He comes out to greet us, as me and this other guy. We won some charity thing. And it was a Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never forget, it was 8 a.m. This guy's running like, billion-dollar businesses, And he comes out, he goes, "Hey guys, what do y'all want to do today? I have nothing to do." And I'm like, "What?" My business is like a pebble compared to your building of businesses, your ocean.
Yeah.
He just bought net jets for, $50 bazillion. and I'm like, I got to return emails. I got to get on the phone. I got to go close a deal. I got to sign some papers. I'm stressing out over my little puny business compared to him. And that changed my life.
Wow.
And he goes, "Robert," he goes, "the difference between you and me," he goes, "I'm an investor. I don't manage anything." He goes, "You manage everything." Even at that point. And I went, oh my God, he's right.
Yeah.
And he goes, I go, "What do you do?" He goes, "I find the best people. It's hard to do." Let me say that again. Hard to find good contractors, hard to find good managers. It's work and effort. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Not in Israel, but other places.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone in Israel finishes the job on time, correct? The painter, the roofer, correct?
Definitely, for sure.
Israel is different. It doesn't count. But in America and the other places. And And he said, I hire these CEOs. I write them a letter. He showed me a handwritten letter. Hey, you need to make 20% this year. Here's your goals. You promise you'll do this on time. He goes, here's my home phone number. If you have a problem, call me. If not, I'll talk to you next year.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Changed my life. Because again, we want to be hands-on. We want to do everything. I have to do it to learn it. Is that true? Whatever you think, you're right.
So the stage of building the system is I think, could be like a hard stage.
Yeah, and it's the process of letting go because we want to control everything.
Right.
And again, the first time I met my mentor, he took 6 months vacation a year. Now in Israel, everyone's on vacation. Even though you work hard, you're in the army, I respect everybody. You know, I love Israel. Every time I talk to Israelis, I'm like, how's it going? They go, horrible. I go, what do you mean? They go, I'm working all the time. The government's bad. The economy's bad. There's bad things going on. But I just spent 2 months in Thailand. I'm going to India for 6 weeks. I went to Greece for 3 weeks. I'm like, what? Like, amazing. I think half of Israel's in the airport every time I come, going somewhere.
Yeah.
In America, my dad worked for the same company, Fruit of the Loom Underwear, Shmatas. He got 2 weeks vacation.
Wow.
After 35 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So my mentor, when he said, I got 6 months vacation, I'm like, how can you leave for 6 months? If I leave for a day, everything will crumble.
Yeah.
So it's systems, system and team. Now you don't have to, but that's what we teach. First thing, before you get the deal, get the team.
Mm-hmm.
And not easy, getting a good contractor, a good realtor, a good painter, a good manager if you want to rent, commercial, residential.
It took time to build this team, but once you have it
That's
for
right.
your life. Yeah.
And you'll learn stuff. It takes a little bit of time. So then when you find the deal, you have the team, the lawyer to close it, the contractor to analyze the repairs, the manager to analyze the rents, because we're going to need help, you know, verifying everything and then, of course, running it. So that's one thing I give my partners in Project X Israel. We really focus on build the team first. You know, set your goals, educate yourself, of course, whatever you're doing. There's, you know, you guys, there's tons of great groups out there.
How do you do that? You send them a letter with a pigeon or something? There you go.
So
see you next year.
I know we're on camera here, so I have this thing called this phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this has changed everything.
Yeah.
So when I started in real estate, you won't remember this. You guys are too young. You're like 16, 17 years old. How old?
18.
20. Anyway, there was dial-up internet.
I remember that. Yeah.
It would take like 10 minutes to get a page downloaded without pictures.
Yeah.
We had fax machines that were like as big as your car.
Right.
And the mobile phones were as big as the table. And it was, you know, you couldn't do it. And now, I mean, I can look at a property right now in Thailand, in India, in Cancun. The realtor's there with the phone, with the WhatsApp, with the FaceTime, with the camera, correct? So literally, in my company, everyone has job descriptions. So if somebody leaves, someone can come to your job and says, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3, systems, checklists. So we have to replace you, not you, because you'd never leave. You're a good guy.
Irreplaceable.
So my job says Robert talks on the phone and eats lunch. That's really what I do. So I can get on the phone right now. I can call investors in Cleveland, Detroit. I can call realtors. I can get referrals to contractors. Correct?
Yeah, real estate is people, huh?
Right. But everyone in Israel says, no, you have to go there. I have to meet the people. I have to look at them, make sure they're telling me the truth. Like, look them on the camera. It's an 18-hour flight, you know, by the time you go to the hotel. So the last 100 deals I've done, I'm not going to the city. I'm not going to the thing. It's all camera verification. Of course, it's nice in person. Nothing better than being in person. But it takes so much time. So literally, you call people, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, that's their job. A realtor gets you referrals. You know, investors will help you out. Most people will help you out. And most people in America, I don't know about Israel, are pretty honest.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but most people.
Did you have a bad experience sometimes from this long relationship?
Never. All my real estate is perfect. Everyone's finished their jobs early and on time. So I love Israel. When we do a seminar in Israel, the first thing we do is disasters. If I were the book that I give all my students in the 75 most costly mistakes all investors make and how to avoid the mistakes.
Wow, sounds like
Guess
a good
who
book.
made every one of those mistakes? Me. And I should call it 232 mistakes because I'm a guy. Most of them I made 3 times before I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that. I've had everything happen. You name it. You want to hear my biggest disaster?
Yeah.
I mean, I literally, I have hundreds of them, correct? And by the way, I'm a business guy, and I tell people I probably make 5 to 10 mistakes an hour. Did you hear what I said? I'm not kidding. And I've been doing this 30 years. But the mistakes aren't fatal. I'm still in business. Most people will never make a decision. Like, you're investors, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. How many business decisions did you make last week? Little ones, big ones, sell, buy, do this, hire him, go there, don't go there. Hundreds. Were they all perfect?
No, perfect.
No, but you're still here.
Yeah.
You're alive. You're still in business, correct? Unsuccessful people are scared to make a decision. That was me the first year. I was scared to death. I wouldn't make any decision because you're scared of succeeding or failing.
Mm-hmm.
More people are scared of succeeding, I believe, than failing, actually. So for me, I'll give you an example.
To come here to the podcast, it's a mistake?
Nope. There are no mistakes. Baruch Hashem, right? Everything's perfect,
In
correct?
the past hour, every answer is correct.
Right.
No
and
mistakes.
By the way, I was just with a guy named Doron. He's one of the top coaches in Israel and the world. In my opinion, he's a professor. He just had cancer. He lectures to the special forces. And his whole thing is mental toughness. And he goes, it only gets worse. That's his motto. So when he's training these special forces guys or CEOs, and they're like, "Oh my God, business is bad. The war is horrible." He's like, "Fantastic! It's going to get worse," and that's true. You're going to have better challenges, bigger challenges. I crave challenges. That's how you learn.
Yeah, if you want to grow, you have to have more challenges.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you stay in place.
So first biggest myth, I thought if I made some money in real estate, all my problems will go away. Personally, professionally, I'll have some money, geld, kesef, and everything will be great. And guess what happened?
The opposite. They just started.
Yes. The more people, the more challenges. And if I told you some of the challenges I have now, you know, at any level, correct? Whether you're a millionaire, billionaire, broke, whatever. So let me give you a disaster. I got a bunch of investors together in the big real estate before the big crash. And I bought 400 houses in Las Vegas. And then
Wow.
they were great deals. We bought it from a builder. We bought all the houses he built. And I'm going off memory. The numbers are close as an example. We bought them for like $180, brand new 3-bedroom house in North Vegas. They were worth like $250. So we could sell them and make like $70,000 a house. We could rent them for like $2,500 a month, and they'd cash flow with a mortgage like $800 a month. And I bought it for cash flow. Amazing.
Wow.
Put them under contract. We bought them. We closed on them. I'm a genius. And guess what happened in the real estate market?
Correct.
It went down like 50%. So the houses were worth like $280, they went to $140,
Wow.
right? And we bought them at like $150, $170, $180.
Yeah.
So I had to go to my investors, go, congratulations, we just lost like $12 million. You know, and by the way, the market, no one's buying. We're stuck. You know, it was horrible. And so I went to my mentor, and he said, "Bobby, you screwed up. I told you not to speculate, and you did. You know, you're buying like everybody. Not many people saw the market crashing like that. And it only crashed, not in the whole country, only a few markets. Vegas was one of the top 1 or 2. And he said, "Bobby, I got some great news for you." He was a great mentor. He goes, "Time will fix any problem in investing or relationship." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, if you're fighting with your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend, relax, let it go, and probably in a year from now, you won't even remember what you're fighting about. It'll get better, we hope." Same with real estate. He goes, "You're going to suffer. May take 6 months, may take 6 years, may take 10 years. But if you can hang in there, you're going to be okay." I'm like, "I'm not okay. This is horrible. What are you talking about?" You know. So we rented them, and they did cash flow. We could pay the mortgages, the taxes. We made a little bit of money. 1 year, the market didn't go up. Nothing happened. Second year, the market started going up a little bit. Third year, it started going up. It was horrible. Let me be very clear about this. Not good. Third or fourth year, I don't remember exactly, they went back up to like 280. And me, the genius that I am, we sold them all. We did okay. We made some money. We paid everybody back. You know, I was going off memory. And it was good. Now, was that a great decision?
No, probably not.
They're now worth $600,000.
Wow.
But I panicked. You know, again, I'm not complaining, but for years we had a loss. I had a friend to sell me 5 duplexes, and this is the biggest problem. After I did like 15 deals, I thought I knew everything. You met any of those investors?
Yeah.
Right? I'm doing like 8 deals. I know everything. I'm a genius. I'm still learning. I'm still changing. I'm still growing. I bought 5 duplexes in Nashville, which was my territory, from a good friend of mine who sold me the houses, showed them to me at night, gave me the numbers. I didn't follow any system. Double check with the realtor, check with the manager, check the numbers, don't trust yourself, get comparables, check everything. He was a friend. He told me some great houses. He said they're worth 50. I said they're worth 50. He said I can buy them for 30. He said the repairs were 10. I looked at one. It looked about right. I bought them. And the week after I bought them, then I followed the system. I called a few realtors and managers. Go, those aren't worth 50. They're worth 20.
Oh, wow.
Good friend.
Yeah, the repair guys, I brought in 3 of them. That's our system. Bring in 3 repair people, verify, check everything. I didn't follow the system. They go, the repairs aren't 10, they're 40.
Wow.
So I'm upside down. They're all, you can't rent them. And I went to my mentor. He said the same thing. Son, you're going to suffer. He goes, why didn't you call me? He was my mentor. I paid him. He goes, I know you did that deal. I heard about it. I didn't even get help that I had help. The only reason I'm successful, ask for help. Ask experts. Even to this day, I do not trust myself, right? I got voices in my head. Not schizophrenia, just the voices.
Just because of the earphones.
Yeah, don't do it, buy this, it's scary. And I need experts to verify. I'm a human. I might make a mistake. And I've been involved in thousands of deals.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we have a system, double check, triple check. I didn't do it. And so we fixed one up, we rented it, and it took about 5 years. The market came back and I rented them and sold them and got my money back. But I've done the disasters by not following the system. And students come to us all the time and say, is it risky? I'm like, yes, if you don't follow a system, if you don't double check, if you act impulsively, if you speculate. We're not speculators, we're investors. So you got to know the risks, got to know the plus. Every investment has a plus and a minus. Would you agree?
Yep.
For sure.
And you got to know the pluses and you got to know the minuses, and you have to double, triple check. And if you're not comfortable, don't do it. My biggest disaster was I thought I knew I didn't need help. I know everything. I know what repairs are. Need local experts.
Can you tell us about your relationship with Donald Trump?
Yes, he hasn't called lately. He's been busy.
Yeah. Maybe Elon you can connect with you.
By the way, I respect everybody.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, I think he's an alien.
Yeah.
Okay, I have like 2 or 3 businesses and some charity, and I come speak and write books. This guy's running Tesla, space company, Starlink, and now he's helping with the U.S. government. How does he have time for this? And he has 12 children,
yeah.
all living in the same building.
Really?
That's crazy.
How do you have time for this? I've never met him. I've talked to him. I want to find out how he does time management.
Yeah.
He's amazing, right? I respect everybody.
Wonder if he sleeps.
So Donald Trump, very interesting. I was asked to be the master of ceremonies and main speakers for this big real estate conference in America many, many years ago, run by Bill Zanker, great guy. He actually was in Israel for many years selling Jerusalem real estate. He wanted to be a rabbi. And what did he do? He went into real estate seminars. He started a company called the Learning Annex. And he asked me to speak, and we did well. And then he said, let's do another seminar. Then we brought Robert Kiyosaki, and it was a bigger seminar. We did well. And he calls me and says, Robert, I rented the Javits Center, 30,000 people in New York. I'm like, what?
Wow.
We were doing seminars for like 1,000 people, and he thinks big. I respect people. Thank you, Bill. Changed my life. So we rent the Javits Center. I'm like, how are we going to fill it up? He goes, I don't know. He called in a favor, a friend of a friend, got Trump to speak.
Wow.
I called all my friends, Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins. I got all these real estate speakers to come, and we sold out.
Wow.
And Trump was the main speaker.
Wow.
And he was great. And I was the MC. I was speaking and teaching, and these other guys. And we did I think 30 of them. We did 5 or 10 a year for many years. And Trump, now President Trump, would come out, and we'd hang out backstage. He would come early, and it was amazing. My mother said, only talk about what you have personal experience. So everyone always blames politicians for everything. I'm like, do you know they really said that? Are you sure they're like that? Do you know them? And I got to know Trump pretty well. So what do you want to know about him?
I just curious because it's like you. He had bad experience. He bankrupt, and now he got like to be the president of the United States? Like how this works?
So he wrote the book, The Art of the Deal, which is a great book, and he went bankrupt. And there's a lot of reasons he went bankrupt. He talked about it in his speeches. And by the way, in my opinion, we're American. When you go see a Rocky movie or Sylvester Stallone, if they were always winning, you would never see the movie. Correct? So why do we like a Rocky and Sylvester Stallone? A producer explained this to me, because they fell down. It's the hero journey. If Trump would have never went bankrupt, people wouldn't be that interested in him. And he told us, he goes, he's walking down the street with his wife. I think, which wife, I don't remember. And his wife turned to him and said, I want to buy these purses, and I want to get a new car, and let's get a new apartment. He's like, honey, we're broke. She goes, I don't understand. How can we be broke? You have all these buildings and real estate and casinos. And Trump told this story to us. He goes to his wife, you see the bum there on the street selling pencils? Let's assume he has $5, 15, 20 shekels. He goes, he's 100 million and 20 shekels worth more than us. We're negative like 100 million. And what he did, he's a hard worker. He went to, I think, 100 banks that he had relations, or the 30 banks, and worked out deals. Not easy. Most people would give up. He's a fighter.
Yeah.
Like you said, he asked the right question.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what he does that you can learn from everybody if you're open, correct? I don't do politics. And two things I'll say first about Trump. When he's one-on-one, he's completely different.
Yeah.
He's
How
very
different?
smart, very nice, very polite, very funny, like super cool. We would love hanging out with him. He's super smart. And then as soon as a camera comes, he's very smart. He knows how to get attention. And I'll give you a quick example, and I respect him immensely. I was in the Marriott right as he was running for president, and big commotion in the Marriott, New York. And I'm talking to somebody like at 9 in the morning. There's a bunch of people and cameras, and it's Trump. And he walks out, and he walks over to me, and he takes me in the corner. There's no cameras. He's like, hey, Shemin, how are you? How's the family? Good to see you. He's super cool. We talk for a few minutes, and 3 cameras show up. And as soon as the cameras show up, President Trump says, this is Robert Shemin. He was master ceremonies of the wealth expo. It was me, Tony Robbins, Kiyosaki. Shemin, tell them I was the best, number one, most greatest, amazing speaker ever. Now, why is he doing that? He told me that's going to get attention. You're not going to get attention going, hey, into the news, I'm a nice guy. He's a nice guy. She's a nice guy. You got to be number one, the biggest, the best. Correct? And I'm like, Trump, you were an amazing speaker. People loved you. He goes, tell them I was number one. Right?
He know the job.
Yeah. A quick Trump story that I learned a lot from. So we had the same book agent, Larry Kirschbaum, great guy, world famous. Thank you, Larry. So he helped Trump get the book, and my book came out. My book was number 2 in the world for a while. I was very happy with that. And Larry Kirschbaum told me this crazy story. He said Trump's book hit number 1. So Larry Kirschbaum calls Donald Trump, says, Trump, your book is number 1. Congratulations. Very few people could ever have this honor. And what does Trump say? Larry, we've got to do better. He's like, there's no 0.5.
Yeah.
Number 1. And Trump tells him, Larry, figure out a way, do better, make it better. We got to do better. He's like, you can't do better than number 1. He goes, yes, you can. Hangs the phone up. And what does Larry Kirschbaum do? Figures out we got to set a new record, more number 1, more international number 1, whatever. So he sets very high, unrealistic, crazy expectations, and a lot of times people try to make them. Now, what did I learn from that? Most of us have low expectations, right, for ourselves and other people. And President Trump sets crazy, stuff. We're going to buy Greenland. We're going to make Gaza into a beautiful resort. I'm going to invade Panama.
Did you hear about the new program?
It actually kind of works, in my opinion. Panama changed their treaty. Mexico's doing this. Canada's doing that. Greenland's making new arrangements, whatever. I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but most of us set low expectations.
Wow.
Hilton is coming to Gaza next year.
Yeah.
Maybe Marriott.
You know, you know, it's amazing. And some of the stuff he says sounds a little crazy, but some of it's actually very true. And the guy's very smart. It took me 10 years to figure out like anything in real estate. He came to our seminar business the first time, and he'd not done many seminars, asked like 10 questions and offered to buy the seminar. He figured the business out, the numbers, the pros, the cons in minutes.
Wow.
Very, very smart guy, very nice guy. In person, I can only speak from personal experience.
Yeah.
And I don't do politics. You know, I respect anybody who's in public office. The worst job in the world. Everything you say,
Definitely.
you get, blame. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah. And he said something a few weeks ago that I really love. He might get rid of the Internal Revenue Service, the taxes.
Nice.
We didn't have an Internal Revenue Service before, I think 1915 or 1910. If he did that, all the entrepreneurs would be so happy.
Yeah.
No, can you imagine no taxes? What would happen to the economy?
Yeah, of course.
Maybe he'll do it. I hope so.
Yeah, me too. Maybe we move to the state with
crazy.
Captain Invest.
Yeah. So it's very exciting times. You know, a lot of changes. So what's happening?
Yeah.
But I don't worry about that. I just got to do a real estate deal. I don't need to understand the world economy, the Trump economy. I just got to go find a house.
Yeah.
One house.
Yeah.
Right?
Or maybe 100, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not buying the whole country.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be smart, but everyone's worried about the macroeconomic things. And I study it. I like it. We talk about it. But I just got to do a deal.
Yeah.
I don't need to, I'm not buying the whole market.
Right.
Yeah. I think we can talk forever, but I think we need to close this episode.
No, let's keep going.
All right.
We're just getting warmed up.
Just getting started.
Yeah. I would like to say big thank you. Like, it's a huge honor to have you here. And I think if somebody need to listen it for this episode again and again and again, you will learn new things for every sentence that you just said.
Thank you. It's my honor. My mother always told me whenever I have a party or meeting, your presence is my present.
Yeah.
You're the present.
Yeah. So thank you very much again.
Thank you for having
so
me.
much.
A big inspire. Like it was great to have you here and host you.
Yeah.
I was
I tell
very
people,
impressed from your journey.
if I could do real estate, you can. If you want to, you know, most people won't. And look around. I mean, if they can do it, you can do it if you want. And you can
now
do it
I
in
have
Israel.
new goals for 2025.
What's your new goal?
A house every year for 15 years.
So yeah, thank you again. And listeners, if you like the show, rank us 5 stars. Follow Robert and find your books online. Yeah,
Robert Shemin.
Yeah,
Project X.
Got a bunch of free stuff. Project X here at Real Estate has been 13 years. Amazing community, amazing group.
Yeah, we know Gilad, we know Maria, so we'll have them too. So see you in the next episode.
And I want to wish everybody a happy investing. Get started.
Yeah, get
Stop
started.
thinking and talking and start doing.
Yeah.
Which I need to tell Israelis that they're doers. Yalla.
Yalla.
And number 2, stay happy. Most important thing, and healthy and safe. And it's a real blessing to be here in Israel, best place in the world.
Definitely.
And I just want to say this message. I travel all over. Don't listen to the media. Everybody loves you.
Thank
Not
you.
everybody, but most people. It's not like you think.
Yeah.
All the Americans, Colombians, the regular people love Israel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. See you. Bye-bye.